Hi everybody, it's Jane from the Stamponori design team. One of our lovely Stamponorians asked if they could have a tutorial on this card that I made. It's something a little bit different, so I thought I would show you now. So I'm using Paris from the Wish You Were Here collection, but you will notice that our lady here is looking the opposite direction to the lady on the actual stamp. That's because I've used the stamping foam that you can put your image from the stamp. So I'll show you how to do that. This is the foam. You simply heat it up and then you put it over the stamp, press, and then the image will appear in the block. So and then you can stamp as I've done here. So this is a stamping block and I'm just going to heat it up with my heat gun. So this has now been heated for about a minute or so with my heat gun. So now you just pop that over the stamp, the area that you'd like to stamp, and just push down and just hold it for about 20-30 seconds, giving it a real push so that it gets into all the crooks and crannies of the stamp itself. And then when you take it off, I don't know if you can see that, but the image is there, but in reverse. So now I'm just going to stamp the image onto a scrap piece of card here. And the good thing with these stamping foams is that when you're done with it, or you want to swap it out for something else, you can just heat it all up again and the image just tends to somehow just fades away and you're back to a blank stamping foam block again. So you can go ahead and reuse it several times. Anyway, for the card that I did, I used the Pretty Colour Inside from Stamps by Me inks pads. So all I did was I just swiped those across the image there. So I've used the magenta, now the bittersweet at the top. Obviously use any colours that you like, any combination that you like, but this is just to show you how I did the one that I put onto the Facebook page. And then in the middle, just yellow, and just blend it through. And then now I'm ready to stamp that onto my piece of card. Give it a bit of push. Excuse the nails, I've had a week of breaking nails. I think it's being out in the garden. And there you have your image. So I've now cut down my image and I'm just going to round off the corners with a punch. There we go. And then I've taken a Sharpie pen and just hold that against the edge and pull down. It just gives a very, very slight black edge to your card just to make it pop a little bit when it's on your background. You'll just follow. Right, so I've now gone all the way around the card and I did do a little mishap there, but that could always be covered over by an embellishment. I'm not too worried. And now I'm going to do the background to place our Paris lady onto. So taking a plain white piece of card and just a blending mat, I'm going to pop on, going back to my Pretty Colour inks again, and I'm just going to put a line down the middle in the pink or magenta, and just give that a spritz of some clean water. And then on my background piece of card, just smoosh that pink across the card there, like so. Right, I'll just give that a bit of a wipe. Now I also used the orange called Bittersweet, and again just a smaller line of colour down the blending mat. You could just do this directly onto a glass mat, or whatever you happen to have, and then just put the paper on, but I like this way because you see where you're going. So again, scooch of water, and you take that and pop it down in the centre of the pink. And then taking your water spray, just spray it out from the edges, just to break up any hard lines, and leave that to work its magic. Give it a little bit of a tilt. That's it. A bit more, because the image is going to cover up most of this, but so it's nice to have it all around the edges there. So I just had a very senior moment and thought I'd press the record button, but in fact I hadn't, so this background was going to look very different from the one that I'd just shown you how to achieve. But I thought I'd record again, make another one, just so that you can see what I did for the background paper. So I'm going to now just stamp out in the VersaFine Vintage Sepia, which is like a goldy colour when it stamps out on the background here. So I'm just going to ink up. I'm not bothering to use a stamping platform because I'm not too worried if it doesn't come out crisp and clear. I'll just pop that on there. Good. And I'm just going to pick up a bit more of the script writing there, and just pop some of that up there, and a little more there. And then I'm just going to add a few splats using the magenta again and some gold paint. So picking up some of the magenta. So we've got shadows as well now. It's later in the day and the sun's now coming through the back. A bit more water. I've just got more splats on my face than on the card actually. And now a few gold splats on there as well. And then the only other thing that I did on the background, actually it's not strictly correct, there are two more things, but then I also used the iZink luster paste. This one I think is in pewter, and a Funky Fossil stencil, just to give a bit of dimension on the background there. A bit more of a mixed media feel. So just a small scoop of that on your spatula and just drag that down through there. And then I'm going to do the same again at the bottom. And you just need to make sure that you don't smudge what you've just done up the top there. And there we go. And then the only other thing that you'd have missed out on, apart from putting our Paris lady on there, was I used a bit of vellum across the middle. So all I did was I just tore a strip of vellum. This is a printed vellum. I'm not sure if it's Stamps for Me or Thirsty Brush. It's something I had in my stash. And if you have the vellum with the print face up and then tear the paper towards you, you get that nice white border on there. And then it's just a case of popping that across the middle there and wrapping it round. And then the Paris lady was popped on top. And this was the finished result after it's been layered up. I haven't actually stuck it to the card yet, but I will do. And I covered up my little boo-boo there with an embellishment. And there she is in all her glory. Hope you enjoyed that, and thank you very much for bearing with me. And hopefully see you again soon. Bye.